Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Miss Ervina Maulida, SPD MBA, and all of my friends. First of all, I would like to say thank you to our lecturer, Miss Ervina, for giving us the opportunity to present today. We are Group 5, and today we are going to talk about tourist attraction. Next slide, please. Before we continue, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Kesi Forticia Parisna, and my team.
My name is Lestari.
And my name is Regita Anastasia.
Next slide, please. Okay, we would like to share with you the topics we are going to discuss today. There are three main points in our presentation. First, talking about tourist attraction and locations. Second, social pressures, health and feel ill while traveling. Third, vocabulary, tourist attraction and types of accommodation. These topics will help us improve our communication skills while traveling and talking about tourism in English. Next slide, please. The next session will be continued by Regita.
Okay, we want to talk about the definition of a tourist attraction. So, a tourist attraction is a place or activity that people visit for pleasure, interest, or entertainment, especially while traveling. Tourist attraction can be natural, cultural, historical, or recreational. Next, please. Okay, there are 4 examples of tourist attraction. The first one is natural, such as beaches, mountains, forests, waterfalls, and national parks. The second is cultural, such as museums, art galleries, cultural performance, and heritage sites. The third is historical, such as temples, castles, ruins, and old towns. And the last one is recreational, such as amusement parks, zoos, and shopping centers. Next, please. Okay, the next slide will be presented by Cassie.
Okay, before we go to the next lesson, here is a warm-up. Have you ever felt ill when you were traveling? What was the matter and what happened? We want group 1 to answer in comments. Next slide, please. Next, we are going to talk about health and feeling ill. When you travel, either for business or vacation, you may sometimes feel unwell. It's important to know what to say in English if you need help, a doctor, or just to explain how you feel. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to say you're not feeling well, make a doctor's appointment, talk to a doctor, and talk to college after sick leave. This topic is very useful, especially when traveling abroad or working in an international environment. We will learn practical vocabulary and expressions that can help you communicate clearly when you're sick or in need of medical help. Next slide, please. Now, let's look at some useful phrases that we can use in medical or travel-related situations. These phrases are commonly used when talking to doctors, making appointments, or speaking to colleagues after being sick. Let me read them one by one. A. I'm here temporarily on business. B. Do you need my insurance details? C. Is there anything I can do? D. We've missed you. E. I'm much better, thanks. F. I don't feel very well. G. I like an appointment. H. Can you fill in this form? You will use these phrases in the upcoming conversation activities, so please pay attention to the meaning and when you should use them. Let's continue to the next slide and see how these are used in the real situation. Next slide, please. Now, let's look at a short conversation about feeling unwell. In this dialogue, we can see how someone expresses that they're not feeling well and how another person responds with care. We want group 2 to answer in comments. Next slide, please. Next, short dialogue about how to fix or make an appointment to see a doctor. This is a common situation, especially if we are traveling or living abroad. We want group 3 to answer in comments. Next slide, please. Now, let's go to short dialogue at the doctors. This is a simple but very realistic situation when you go to a clinic or hospital, especially abroad. We want group 4 to answer in comments. Next slide, please. And the last dialogue is back at work after being sick. Let's imagine someone has just returned to work after being sick. Here's how the conversation goes. And we want group 6 to answer in comments. Next slide, please. Okay, the next session will be continued by Lestari.
Okay, thank you, Casey. Before listening to the audio, I want to ask you all a question. Have you ever had a holiday in Australia? What you like to? Why? What do you know about Tasmania? You can answer in the comments column. Okay, just listen to the audio carefully so you can answer the question correctly.
Hello, I'm Jerry Krager. I'm an IT consultant from Tasmania, which is a small island south of mainland Australia. I now live in the UK, but I'm always happy to talk about where I come from. Tasmania is about the same size as the Republic of Ireland. It has a very different climate, though. People often think Australia is always hot and sunny, but in Tasmania, the weather can be very changeable. It's much cooler than the mainland, and it rains quite a lot. Historically, Tasmania was a kind of island prison during the British Empire. Many convicts were sent there, and you can still visit the old prison buildings today. Tasmania is famous for its wild and beautiful nature. A lot of the island is wilderness, you can walk for days without seeing another person. That's part of what makes it so special. Around 40% of the state is protected as national park. There are many animals you won't find anywhere else in the world, like the Tasmanian devil. You can also see wallabies, wombats, and all kinds of birds. And yes, there are sharks off the coast, but you don't see them often. Tasmania is different from Europe in many ways. It's quieter, more remote, and much less populated. There are only about 500,000 people living in Tasmania. The main industries are tourism, farming, and forestry. There are also vineyards, and the island is known for producing high-quality food and wine. The beaches in Tasmania are amazing, clean, empty, and very natural. If you enjoy peace, nature, and wildlife, it's a great place to visit.
Okay, on this slide, we want group 7 to answer this question. Okay, next, listen to Gary talking about Tasmania. Are the sentence true or false? One, Tasmania is about the same size as the Republic of Ireland. 2, it's very hot and the sun always shines in Tasmania. 3, it was a kind of Iceland prison during the days of the British Empire. 4, there are lots of sharks off the Tasmania coast. 5, you can walk for days there without seeing another human being. Okay, next. On this slide, we want group 8 to answer this question. Next, listen again and answer this question. 1. What are the main industries? 2. How many people live in Tasmania? 3. What are the beaches like? 4. What can you see in West? 5. How much of the state in national park? 6. How is Tasmania different from Europe? We want group 9 to answer this question. Next, what do you think? Gary says, Tasmania is mostly a wilderness. Have you ever visited somewhere like that? Would you live in a place like that? And how is Tasmania different from Europe? We want group 10 to answer this question. The next session will be continued by Regita.
Okay, there is a example of the advertisement for a holiday in Australia. Please look the picture carefully. And next. Okay, then you have to complete these sentences below using one of the 7 underlined words in the advertisement. If the picture doesn't look good, here is a list of the 7 underlined words in the advertisement. We want to group 11 to answer this question. Okay guys, for groups that have been selected to answer, you can answer all of the question in the comment section. Next, please.
Okay, thank you for your attention and participation in the comments. We hope our presentation was clear and useful. If you have any question, feel free to drop your question in the comments. And once again, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.